So these next two masks are for sensitive skin clients. I only have two masks for my sensitive skin clients only because these are the easiest to make, where no one so far has had, any issues, zero issues. Now I do three other skin sensitive masks, but they're a little sensitive on certain clients. Some can take it, some cannot. So these two that I'm introducing you to are the ones that are like fail safe, foolproof. And the first ingredient we're going to use is matcha tea. We're going to use a teaspoon. Like I said, you can use a tablespoon if you want to make it thicker. But I'm just using a teaspoon of matcha tea or matcha powder. I don't know why I kept saying tea, thirsty. And we're going to use aloe vera gel. Now, what do those two do again? Remember earlier in the videos, the matcha powder is high, or actually it has high levels of vitamin C, which helps maintain elasticity, flexibility of the skin, and prevents wrinkles and age spots. So we're mixing it all together. Got aloe vera gel in there. It's all coagulating together perfectly. Once you add it to the client's face, it's all mixed up. It's a nice soothing mask. When it goes on, it's like, whoa, I can actually feel the protection from the matcha tea. I can feel the antioxidants fighting the free radicals and the damaged cells. Like, you do feel it. It's like, wow, what is going on? You feel like a tingle. And it looks wonderful. It feels wonderful. It's really, really great for the skin. And remember that aloe vera gel they're actually full of antioxidants as well and minerals. So some powders don't have all the full minerals, but aloe vera gel does. So those minerals, which help keeps, it speeds up the healing of skin. So whenever you see somebody with a cut or wound, and they will say, hey, get an aloe vera plant, or if you live in maybe South America, oh yeah, aloe vera goes on almost everything, and it does help cure cuts, wounds, uneven skin tones, acne. It's a soother. It really stops irritation, lacerations, all that good stuff. So when you put the aloe vera plant on it, oh yeah, it's great. So the gel acts as that with the matcha tea. And look how soothing that looks, calming, sedative, seductive even. It's like, wow, who's that green girl? Who's, man? I don't care what color woman is. Man, if a woman is a woman to me, I don't know. She still is great. We can talk about it. So after you apply it to the face, you're going to take it off with hot towels and sponges. And those are all easy. There's no mixing or anything. They're already mixed. Thank God. The next mask that you're going to do for sensitive skin clients, and if they have breakouts, and I do mean grade 2, 3, and 4 acne, we're going to use baking soda. And for baking soda, we're going to use like 2 tablespoons, if not maybe even 3, because you want it to be thick. You want it to solidify on the face and really soak up into the skin and soften the skin. 1. Actually, I don't even know why I just used 1. I think I added in for the next mask, but you can use 2 tablespoons, sometimes even 3, and you're going to see why in a minute, because the water actually makes it dilute in the beginning, but then it takes a while to solidify. So that's why you need at least 2 tablespoons. But right now, I just add a full tablespoon. We're going to see what it does. We're going to have rose water, or you can use unpasteurized apple cider vinegar or regular water, but I'm just using rose water because it's gentler. It's for sensitive skin. We don't need anything super powerful just yet. Okay. And remember, we're adding, see, here I go. Yep. See, because I know I missed a step. So I'm adding another tablespoon because it got too milky. So remember, it takes a while to solidify. You need 2 tablespoons. You'll see why in a minute. And so before you do extractions, do this mask. It will soften up the skin. And you're like, wow, I didn't know acne could pop so easily. Yes, because you're breaking down those keratinocytes. Breaking down the acid mantle, certain layers of epidermis. Oh, yes, you are softening your target. Sort of how boxers do in a boxing ring, how they're the first 1 to 5 rounds, maybe even 6, they play with each other. They try to figure each other out. They're softening their targets. They're trying to hit you in certain areas to see how you take it. They're softening you up. Almost like buttering the bread. You buttering the bread up, you're softening the bread with the butter. And so after this solidifies and hardens, then you take it off with a hot towel and your sponges. I know it's extra thick, but it's supposed to be messy. We can get rid of open pores, comedones, acne. Yeah, basically just doing an exfoliation just with a fan brush. And dry it across the skin. That's why you feel like the little granules. That's the baking soda. Rubbing across the skin, cleaning everything out. This was literally like basically one of the very first scrubs recorded in aesthetic history was baking soda. It wasn't salt, wasn't sugar. That was like more of the fancy people. You know, they don't mix no sugar on people's body. No scrub, nothing. Shit, it's doing like World War I, World War II. Like, shit, we need sugar. Are you crazy? We need to make that for other stuff. Wasn't nobody getting body treatments unless you were rich. You know, the super wealthy, yeah, they still were. That's part of history they don't really tell you about. But even during our pandemic, are people still taking vacation? Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I mean, like rich people, when you know people need money and you're head of a corporation, but you're taking a fucking vacation, and you know you got thousands of fucking workers who are living paycheck to paycheck. That's when it's wrong. All right, so this mask is for pretty much anybody who likes soothing, nice, calming mask. It's good for all skin types, but it does calm the skin down. But make sure you be careful pouring it out. As you can see, I dropped, or it just exploded out of the reservoir. Make sure you add it nice and easy. And it's a hydro jelly mask. So the hydro jelly, it peels itself off. You don't need hot towels. You do not need sponges. It peels off after it dries for about 20 minutes, sometimes 25, depending on how much you use. So in this case, we're using 2 cupfuls. I mean, a full cup. I didn't bring my cup because it's actually broken. I stepped on it, but 2 cups full. And the water you're adding, you are actually adding in another 2 cupfuls of water. Not cups that you just use for your powder, but maybe, I would say out of a tablespoon, maybe 4 tablespoons. But see how that's not even enough? So we're going to have to add in a little bit more water. but you want to stir it up and get it as built up as you can. Add in probably 2 more tablespoons of water. And see, it seems like it's a lot of liquid. It seems like it's running, but you'll see in a minute it's going to thicken up and harden, but in a good way, like a gelatinous state. Now, I only used my other handle of my fan brush to mix everything up, and then now I mix with my fan brush. Because in the beginning, it's going to get all in your fan brush, and in between, it's going to be super hard to get from underneath your fan brush. So that's why you want to stir with the opposite end first, then use your fan brush to mix everything together. Because see how everything's coming together now? It just takes a little bit of a time. Just mix, mix, mix. Now, from that last mask, the baking soda and unpasteurized apple cider vinegar, it solidified underneath the neck, the chin, and the nose. I didn't wipe properly, so just make sure you wipe all your areas off. So once it comes together into like a gel to where it's like a snail when it moves slowly, you add it to your client's face. Tell them it's going to be a little cold, so don't shock them. And it's going to go over the eyes, over the nose, over the mouth. But you don't apply it to the holes of the nose. They have to breathe. But it does go over the entire mouth, and you're about to see. And once everything solidifies, then you can remove the mask after about 20 to 25 minutes. But let it dry. That's key to this mask. It takes at least 20 to 25 minutes. And so you have to use your fan brush to keep it from falling too fast, because I might have used a little bit too much water, but that's okay. It's still hardening. And you want it nice and ooey gooey, just like that. Just dripping down on the face like that. Over the eyebrows, over everything, okay? Just keep it out of the hair. I can't stress that enough. You don't even have to go to the full forehead, just half the head. Down to the side of the chin and cheeks, just keep it away from the hairline. As you can see me, I didn't do that when you watch further, and you'll see why you want to keep it away from the hair, because it gets messy. And after it solidifies, you just peel it off. Take your time peeling it off. Go around the edges first, just to lift it off the skin. And then you pull it all the way off when you're ready, or when the mask is ready. Let it dry, let it do its job. If you ask your client, it is soothing. But some clients can get claustrophobic in this position. So make sure that they can breathe. Make sure you have a pencil and a pad that you can write on, or just talk to them. And if they go or twice, that means yes or no or whatever it is. Or if they can nod their head, make sure they can have something to write and communicate with, because it can feel claustrophobic. I've had somebody throw up in the mask. All of a sudden they were doing fine for the first 12, maybe 13 minutes. And all of a sudden, yeah, she just threw up. Like, it came out of nowhere, and I don't know why. It's probably from a night of drinking before that, because it was a bachelorette party. But just make sure that they can take the mask, okay? Everybody's tough until some stuff goes down. moment for you. Right, oh wonderful. It's a masterpiece. You let me know whenever day I can come by. And there's no videos, not just let me work on your body so I can take care of these nuts. Cause man, I need elbow in there. That's serious. It's time to come off because it's been on for a while. It's time to come off. Just gonna get it away from the edges real quick. Let's do this. I'm always gentle around the eyebrows. I don't want to pull nothing out of place, and it hasn't. Doing great. Yay. Keeps breaking off. No, but I am gonna blow it. I'm gonna do good at whatever I do. I to this. And you'll see.
100% sure.
I'm not gonna leave you. Well, one of my first employees I worked at a med spa, she needed help after COVID. Like, hey, do you know any massage therapists? And she's out of Sterling. And her spas are magnificent. Yeah, it's wonderful. And I was like, well, the closest school to you would be North Virginia School of Massage. And I don't know anybody there, but let me see if I can talk to somebody. And you were on vacation at the time. And I was like, oh shit, let me just give them a call. Because I didn't want to throw your name under them, in there.